Welcome to GPW Gamefront Pro Wrestling. We're here, bigger, better, shinier than ever. Brand new arena following the success of our last show. And Badger, what a card we've got tonight.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't have dreamed up this card. We have so many historic matches, 2 championship matches, an Extreme Rules match, just an all-around exciting night for the GPW.
Well, to open up the show tonight, we're going to be hearing from our brand new GPW champion, Zac, who's got some words, I believe, to say to the evil owner of Gamefront, Danny.
R.I.P. Morgan, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Morgan, shocking scenes at the end of last week's GPW, but in our first sanctioned contest, it's going to be a handicap match. James Heaney is going to take on Ornstein and Smough.
What was Danny thinking?
This being a squash match by Danny to punish James for losing to El Mono Mike on last week's show. And then in our mid-card match tonight, we're going to be crowning our first ever GPW Women's Champion. It's going to be Morgan89 versus Zephyr.
A lot of controversy around this match with the use of an android/cyborg, so I'm very interested to see where this goes.
And then finally, your main event tonight, it's going to be one heck of a match. We've got Dark Page and Rhythmic, the interesting tag team, versus from another promotion for one night only, Mitchell Saltzman, and apparently he's brought a mystery partner with him. We don't know who that is yet, Badger.
There has been so much speculation online. We have no idea who it is. I've been backstage scouring all of the locker rooms. I don't know who could possibly be Mitch's partner. And I don't know what Danny was thinking, having an outside promotion come in to fight for the championship match. We could lose the belt here tonight.
The belts could indeed be lost. It's an interesting move, but I mean, I'm sure the fans are going to be excited to see Mitch back in the GPW. But here comes Zac is a real boy, and I believe he's got something to say to Danny. New GPW champion crowned last week in a match where, well, Badger, it's still difficult to recount the horrific scenes we saw, but Zac,
I just want to apologize to all the viewers for having seen that. Not what we wanted here on the GPW.
Zac brutally murdered Morgan on last week's GPW, but he was crowned the champion, and here comes Zac now. He seems to mean business, and I think he's got something to say.
It just speaks to the depravity of Danny that he would allow this to happen. There's no way that this man should be champion.
Well, Zac celebrating with his new championship belt. What has Zac got to say to open up the show here tonight?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zac coming to you live. Obviously, you're all here. We're all alive, except for that guy I killed. Anyways, what I wanted to say right here, right now, is I'm going to challenge Danny King for the kit and caboodle, which is everything that the GPW stands for. I'm coming for the ownership, and I'm going to take him down in the ring. In the ring! He has no chance. He stands to lose everything, and I will take it gladly, because I'm the smartest, the strongest, the richest. I mean, look at my accounts that I have. I won't show you any of the paperwork, but that's another thing to deal with another day. Anyways, GPW, you're gonna be me, or something like that. Suck it.
Well, some strong words there from Zac, who seems to be not content with just being the GPW champion, now seems to be gunning for control of the company, Badger.
A very interesting thought that he could take control of the company by wrestling. If it's in his contract, it is possible. I'm really curious to see if Danny will accept this challenge, this strange gauntlet that has been thrown down.
Well, we can only find out. Apparently later on in the show, Danny is going to respond to Zac's comments, but it's some shocking words there from Zac is a real boy. But we're about to get underway with our first contest.
Enough talky, let's see some wrestling. Welcome to East Rutherford, New Jersey. Another beautiful day for wrestling.
Here comes James Heaney.
The following contest is a handicap match. Making his way to the ring from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 228 pounds, James.
Now, James is facing off against Ornstein and Smough in a handicap match. hooked by the evil owner of Gamefront, Danny, as punishment because James lost to El Mono Mike last week. Now, I'm quite scared for James's well-being in this match. Does he have what it takes to take down Ornstein and Smough, Badger?
If I'm being honest, Calhoun, I have to say no. I talked to James backstage, and I tried to talk him out of taking this match because I've been in these situations before, and he refused to back down. He says he's going to beat Ornstein and Smough, and he says he's going to do it in less than one death. And I don't know what that means, but it can't bode well if he's talking about losing his life in this match.
Well, here comes Ornstein and Smough. They are the
look of determination.
They are a force to be reckoned with. Now, anyone who's faced off against these two behemoths of men know just how difficult they can be. Possibly the hardest tag team to beat in professional wrestling history.
It's really immense to see these people in person. When you don't really get a good sense of how big they are until they get into the ring and you put them up against a James Heaney-sized man. This is going to be intense.
Smough with his signature hammer. Ornstein also with a hammer. I don't know.
And their opponent, at a combined weight of 902 pounds, the Iconic Duo.
Ornstein, I believe, usually carries a spear, but he seems to be going with the hammer this week.
Yeah, just an act of solidarity with his tag team partner. It really shows how connected they are and how in tune they are as a tag team partnership. Now, both these men, when they were signing up with the GPW, had to relinquish their armor. They were attempting to wrestle in full armor, which is obviously a safety concern for the other wrestlers, and they were allowed to keep their helmets, but had to switch over to these beautiful onesies.
I think they're looking fabulous either way, Badger, and this contest now about to get underway. I just pray for James. I just hope that he's going to be okay. I just don't know if he's got what it takes to take down these two men. And a crotch shot straight away from James. Ornstein with his back turned to the action, just immediately going to celebrate with the crowd for some reason. I guess.
Oh, and Smough's going to end it. I thought he got him.
Ornstein got cocky there, and James got the early advantage on Smough. Ornstein not happy, drop kick to the head.
Goodness. A disgusting drop kick to the head. Fighting either one of these men individually would be, a huge smash. A daunting task, but fighting two at once, this is almost an impossible situation for James.
Smough now picking up James. Big right hand to James. Big kicks. Oh, James has managed to grab Smough. And how did James manage to flip over Smough like that?
He's wily. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's mashing all of the buttons he can.
James just drops heavily onto his back there. James obviously has a history of lower back problems. And it now comes Ornstein working the leg. Smough missed a big elbow. But Ornstein with a massive suplex across the ring. These two men, Ornstein and Smough, seem to take a lot of time with their backs turned to the action. Almost a bit too cocky, I would say, Badger.
No, I think they know what they're doing. They know that James isn't a real threat to them at the end of the day. That they're
it didn't work then for Ornstein, who was again just taunting. And James managed to get an advantage.
Get the big man up? Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness! How did James manage to do a massive?
Oh, he's going for the pin.
Unbelievable.
The ref a little slow to get over there. I think that if the ref would have got there on time, he would have got a 3 count.
That could have been a 3 count. You're right there, Badger. That was very close. I could not believe that James managed to pick up Smough like that. And now with the crossface on Smough, Ornstein trying to get James off. I think Ornstein's upset.
This is going to be bad. Oh, a little taunting.
James again James has managed to get a lot of reversals on these two men. I just don't understand where James is getting this from.
He's got a burning desire inside of him to be number one and to defy Danny at all costs. And we might see an upset here today with all of this offense that James is putting together.
Smough has managed to get hold of James. Fireman's carry. Where is he going now with James throwing him into the turnbuckle?
Oh.
And Ornstein there with the offensive.
A little out of coordination.
Some interesting maneuvers from these two men, absolutely. Big punch to the back there, and then throws James back into the turnbuckle. But you're correct, that Ornstein and Smough don't quite seem to be on the same page.
Now, I've never really worn a helmet like that before, but do you think that the helmets are restricting the vision of
James with a big
giving James a slight advantage?
I have to admit, Badger, it's possible that the helmets don't help. Obviously, they're not wearing their usual attire, as you mentioned earlier. Perhaps that's thrown them off kilter. They're usually used to wrestling in big armor.
Oh, big lariat. And the pin. This might be it.
James kicks out at 2.
A human body can only take so much damage. I don't know how he's sticking in here.
I was with you there, Badger. I thought that could have been a 3, but James is still hanging on somehow. But this is going to be a massive maneuver from the... Oh! James managed to reverse it.
A beautiful reversal off the top rope, but now just taking a beating, though.
Smough is angry. Smough is upset.
A headbutt with that helmet. That has to be an illegal maneuver when you're wearing those helmets.
Now Ornstein just manhandling James, throwing him into that corner turnbuckle with a pin now. And James again kicks out at 2.
Is he finding the strength?
Badger, I thought that was 3. And both men now just simply taunting over the lifeless corpse of James, but with this big kick to the chest.
Danny is a thick man for thinking that this is the type of entertainment that the GPW fans want to see, or that I want to see, or that you want to see, or that James or Smough even want to be a part of.
To be honest, I don't think Ornstein and Smough have many moral quibbles about this, but I agree with you. This is a disgusting match. James, it was only a matter of time before he was overwhelmed, and there's Smough with the pin. Ornstein and Smough are your winners.
Exactly the outcome that old Danny was looking for. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, but James's offense, what a warrior. What an absolute up-and-coming champion. I really think that one day he will hold the belt. He's such a fighter.
Well, as we can see on the replay, I mean, James certainly gave a good fight for the first half of the match. Unfortunately, towards the end, James seems to just have lost his composure, and Ornstein and Smough took the win.
The iconic duo chalk up another win. First win in GPW history. Great to see these men on the roster. Really terrified to see where they go.
If you want the biggest, juiciest beef burgers in America, then head down to Big Pete's Burger Emporium. If you want the finest burgers on this side of the Mississippi, if you want a heart attack, then you can have 3. It's Big Pete's Burger Emporium, where the service is friendly and the burgers are deadly.
Woo-wee, Calhoun. Welcome to Dallas, Texas. The Badger boys are hyped. We got Morgan 89 coming in for a championship match. I am so excited.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the Women's Global Worldwide Continental Internet Continental Championship. Making her way to the ring from Seattle, Washington,
Morgan, long-time veteran of Gamefront, and here to win the Women's Championship against Zephyr, who is the demented creation of Mad Mikey B. Not even human, and it's going to be an interesting matchup, Badger.
I don't even know how Danny is allowing Zephyr to fight in any division, not just women's or men's, but any division at all, because like you said, she is not human. A cyborg creation of Mad Mikey B, a motivational speaker, and all-around cyborg.
Well, here comes Zephyr.
and from New York, Cinda.
Now, Zephyr, along with focusing on world domination and cyborg control of the world, is also a motivational speaker. She works schools and senior centers all across America.
It's great to see our GPW roster getting involved in some care in the community, Badger, but I think tonight Zephyr's focus is purely on winning this GPW women's title, and she means business.
Now, what has Mad Mikey B cooked up in that cyborg brain of Zephyr's? That's what we're all about to find out.
Well, this is what it's all about, this beautiful GPW Women's Championship belt. But it's fair to say, Badger, that Zephyr, doesn't necessarily have the same weaknesses that a human opponent would have. So Morgan's going to have to be creative in how she's going to take Zephyr down in this match.
She's going to have to stay on her toes the entire time, figure out where all of Zephyr's important bits are, and oh my goodness, if she can even last that long.
Zephyr immediately with some physics-defying moves, possibly with these hydraulic legs that she's got. Zephyr now with a massive splash across the ring, and an early pin attempt on Morgan. Only in one, not enough to put Morgan away.
Zephyr is going to have to be programmed to be more cautious about when she's going in for a pin attempt. You have to make sure, and I will say this every time, that your opponent is all the way out before you attempt a pin. In my 13 years of wrestling experience, I never once went for an early pin.
Big right hands, left hands on Zephyr. Morgan now starting to get some offense in.
Oh!
Massive slam onto the ring apron, and now with a crossface on Zephyr.
Cute. Trying to rip the android head off of this cyborg's body.
Zephyr now with a massive enzugiri.
Oh, reversal by Morgan.
The referee now counting. Obviously, if this count gets to 10, then it will be a disqualification.
Morgan taunting Zephyr. Does Zephyr have emotions? Can Zephyr get fired up?
I think Morgan was trying to get Zephyr to get back into the ring. Zephyr simply refusing to get back in the ring. And a massive suplex on the outside. This is getting brutal.
She might have set herself up for disaster. Oh, goodness. Again with that, the flippy-do. And a crouchy how do you do. This is a terrible, outside of the ring beatdown.
I can't believe what we're seeing here, Badger. Obviously, we've got our Spanish commentary team there on the outside of the ring as well.
Hola, gentlemen.
But Morgan now is out cold on the outside. If the referee gets to the count of 10, then it's going to be game over for Morgan. Although I'm not sure we can have a disqualification in a championship match. Does that mean that Zephyr wins the title?
I would say don't count your chickens before they hatch. Morgan is not down and out on this. She is champion caliber material, and I believe that she will fight through this.
Morgan throwing Zephyr into the ring steps.
Where these bits are important bits in her head? Are they in her boot? Where is it? I think that if she can figure out where the computing or processing power of Zephyr is and destroy that part of Zephyr's body, she'll win the match.
Well, it seems smart to use the ring steps against an android who is also made of metal. I mean, Morgan trying to get every advantage she can, and Morgan now with the pin on Zephyr. Only a 2.
Oh, a 2 count.
I don't think that was enough from Morgan to put Zephyr away.
Really
big kicks to the back of the head.
Could this be it? Again, oh my goodness.
Morgan again with another pin attempt on Zephyr, which I think was a bit premature. I don't think Morgan's done enough to put Zephyr away here.
Oh, reversal by Zephyr. Zephyr with the chop, chopping Morgan into the corner. Morgan with the reversal elbow. Zephyr able to complete those high-flying maneuvers with her cyborg body. I don't know if she's using hydraulics or little springs or how machines work, really.
She certainly seems to be able to get way more height and way more speed than a human seemingly should be able to. So one has to wonder whether, like you say, she's got some kind of augmentation or hydraulics in her legs or some other crazy contraptions, which frankly should be illegal in the GPW, but the evil owner, Danny, seems to have allowed it.
I think that if Morgan is injured in this match, we're gonna. Oh my goodness!
Massive DDT from the top rope. This may be enough to put Morgan away. Oh, and Morgan kicks out at two.
Kicked out.
Morgan is still in this match. Morgan is still in this match.
I don't know if you saw that, but it looked like Zephyr was a little frustrated. I think this cyborg has feelings.
It seems like either she's got feelings or has been programmed to portray the feelings of Mad Mikey B, her creator, but it's difficult to say, Badger.
Now, I don't know if this is possible, but is there any way that Mad Mikey B is somehow controlling Zephyr from afar?
You certainly can't rule out the possibility. I mean, with technology these days, anything's possible, so...
Like a walkie-talkie, but for controlling stuff? Oh my goodness! This armbar, look at the wrenching...
Morgan needs to get to the rope. Morgan needs to get to the rope here because, she's managed to break free.
She just muscled out of it.
Big kick to Zephyr's head there.
You have to imagine that a cyborg's endurance is a lot more than a human's. Morgan is going to have to put this match away quickly if she wants to win and become the first GPW Women's Division champion.
Morgan having a lot of difficulty in this match. Oh, nearly smashed into the referee there. What an enziguri. And
oh my goodness!
What an upset. That was enough for Zephyr.
Cyborg is stunned. Oh, Zephyr. Morgan looks dazed. A limp body on the ground.
Unbelievable scenes, Badger. Morgan just didn't have what it took to put Zephyr away. As we can see in the replay, Zephyr with some crazy high-flying maneuvers, but one has to wonder whether Zephyr has some kind of unfair advantage in this match.
Absolutely insane. I think Morgan was focusing on the head, and I don't think that's where the important bits are.
Here is your winner, and new Women's Global Worldwide Contest.
I think Mad Mikey B and Danny have a lot of things to answer for. This does not feel like a clean win.
This is how you saw us for hundreds of years. No more! Remember, resistance is obsolescence.
Zac, you come out here, you talk your big words, you make your big threats, but you forget that I am the sole owner of the GPW, and that you work for me. Now, brace yourself, boy, because next week you are going to be in a match against a mystery opponent, and it's going to be a table match for your GPW title. Now, why don't you suck on that? Well, those were some strong words from the evil owner, Danny, there. We don't know who Zac's opponent's going to be next week, but it seems like if Danny doesn't get his way, then, you know, he's going to bring it to you. So Zac is now going to be in a table match next week against a mystery opponent. We don't know who it's going to be, Badger, but Zac's got to watch his back.
Calhoun, I have been, harshing on Danny this entire time, but I think that he is really taking the reins of the GPW and might be doing us a really great service by bringing out a strong competitor that Zac cannot prepare for, and then taking the GPW belt back to someone who really deserves it.
Well, we'll find out next week who will be challenging Zac for that GPW belt, but coming up now, it's going to be our main event of the evening. It's going to be Dark Page and Rith versus Mitch and a mystery tag team partner.
Welcome to St. Louis, Missouri. Tag team championship match between Dark Page, Rhythmic Tag Team, the Songbirds, and Mitch and a mystery opponent.
Well, there's a lot of speculation, Badger, about who this mystery opponent's just going to be. Now,
The following contest is a tag team extreme rules match and is for the worldwide World
Now this
Hyperspeed the Falcon. Dark Page wearing that strange mask to cover his face, and I'm not sure why.
Well, now there's been a lot of speculation around this match, Badger. So we've got a lot of speculation over Dark Page and Rhythmic. Some say they could be the same person, and that may be why Dark Page is wearing this strange mask tonight. There's also been a lot of speculation on Twitter and on Discord about just who Mitch's opponent is going. Mitch's tag team partner is going to be tonight.
I've got my guesses. I'm thinking James Heaney. I'm thinking maybe Danny himself. I don't know. Now, between Dark Page and Rhythmic, I guess I have never seen them wrestle together, but they are a tag team, and I know that they've worked together. Are you suggesting that Dark Page is not Dark Page?
So, they are obviously a tag team, but we've never seen Dark Page and Rhythmic together without one or the other wearing some kind of mask to cover their face. Rhythmic, of course, also wearing a mask which seems to cover up some of his facial features. Some say, just looking at the eyes, that he looks a little bit like Dark Page. So it's interesting to... I'm not quite sure what's going on, Badger, but there's something suspicious about this team.
Have you ever seen that movie, The Prestige?
I haven't seen it, Badger. I have to be honest. Jackdaw Calhoun, he's not big on movies, but...
Oh, Calhoun, you should see The Prestige. I think it'll clear up a lot of theories about Dark Page and Rhythmic.
Well, that being put to one side, here comes Rhythmic.
I can't tell you how historic this night has been for the GPW. We just crowned a women's division champion, and now we're crowning a tag team champion in the same night. Everyone in this building is going to remember where they were when they saw this episode.
Don't forget, this is an Extreme Rules tag team match, which means no countouts, no disqualifications, no holds barred, weapons are allowed, so anything can happen in this match, Badger.
Very scared for the safety of all these men. In my 14 years of wrestling experience, I never once did an Extreme Rules or backyard type wrestling situation. Here he comes.
Some pyro going off in the arena for the glorious return of Mitch, who is very familiar to the GPW crowd. These days works for a competitive promotion. But Mitch, specially brought in tonight by the evil owner Danny. And still speculation. Who is his opponent? Who is his partner going to be?
We may never find out. I think that Mitch might fight these men alone.
It very well may be the case that Mitch has decided just to come out here just by himself, but he's been promising on social media a mystery partner in this match.
The crowd really eating this up. Really excited to see Mr. 10 out of 10 himself.
This crowd is absolutely on their feet, just absolutely chuffed to bits to see Mitch back in the GPW.
Now, one of the deciding factors of getting Mitch into this match from another promotion was that he actually saw the first episode of the GPW and said, hey, give me a piece of that.
Well, here comes Mitch's mystery partner. Who can it be? The lights have gone very dark here, and up on the video screen, I think that says Patches, Badger.
I don't know any wrestler named Patches. No, it couldn't be Patches, right?
It does actually. It does. Indeed, Badger. It seems to be.
Holy moly! Are you seeing this?
It's Patches from Dark Souls and other varies from software games.
This multiverse maniac, Patches.
And from the other side of darkness, weighing in at 158 pounds, the unpredictable Patch.
This is absolutely insane. Dark Page and Rhythmic have got to be careful in the ring. Patches, a known trickster. He could do literally anything in there. And what was Mitch thinking, making a contract with such a man?
Well, it's a good point, Badger. That can Mitch really trust Patches? You know, he could betray him. You know, Patches ultimately is out for his own gain. Patches having a big chuckle to himself as well here on his way into the ring now.
He is a jolly man for all the terrible things he does.
Oh, he's decided no, he's not getting into the ring just yet. Here he goes. No, he's not getting into the ring just yet.
Oh, the crowd is eating it up. Even though Patches is a diabolical trickster, the crowd still loves him.
Patch is very popular with this GPW audience here tonight. Slightly.
I don't think Mitch could have picked a more exciting tag team partner. This is absolutely insane. Another historical moment for the GPW.
Well, this is what it's all about, Badger. These beautiful GPW Tag Team Championships. There's 2 of them, 1 for each member of the team. And
now you may not know this, but Danny himself designs each one of the GPW belts. He puts his hands into every single design of the belt.
And we're underway, and here we go. Patch is straight away working straight into Rhythmic. Dark Page throws Mitch into the turnbuckles.
Now, this is an Extreme Rules match, but these men have to remember that coordination is key. If they can learn to work together, they will win this match and become GPW champion.
Now, it's worth mentioning that we can see some high-flying, quick maneuvers from Rhythmic. Rhythmic is a former MMA fighter who has, you know, a lot of strength, dexterity, and skill, has the ability to quite easily run rings around Patches.
Oh, and there's some of that MMA experience showing up in the ring. A lot of beautiful crossover between professional wrestling and the MMA promotions, such as the UFC or other such promotions that are MMA ones. We could think of multiple, but we're only going to name one.
Dark Page, absolutely. I think he may have torn Mitch's hamstring with a brutal maneuver on Mitch's leg on the outside of the ring.
Patch is coming through. Patch can count on Mitch can count on Patches. He did come in and save him.
Patches and Mitch seem to be working as a well-oiled machine here. Maybe they've been planning this for some time. Mitch now with a big suplex on Rhythmic. Patches, is he trying to rip off the mask? Is he trying to rip off Dark Page's mask? No, he's got him in some kind of crossface. Mitch is looking under the ring.
First one going for a weapon. He's got a steel chair there. Rhythmic has got to be careful. Oh, good disarming of Mitch.
Mitch tried to use a steel chair.
You wouldn't think that Mitch would be the type of character that would go first for a steel chair and bring it into the ring. Usually a very honorable guy.
Well, this is a Extreme Rules anything goes match, and now Patches underhanded devious using a sledgehammer against Dark Page.
Now this is exactly what you would think Patches would do.
Massive swanton there from Rhythmic. Mitch with the reversal. Dark Page seems to have gotten away from trouble. Dark Page got in the way of our shot there, but what a maneuver
Mitch has
by
got to
Mitch.
look out. No, he's left Rhythmic to fend for himself. He could have saved him.
Patches now with the upper hand on Dark Page. Dark Page with the reversal. And what's Dark Page going to do?
Oh, huge slam on the outside. Huge slam on Rhythmic. This is getting extreme.
Dark Page is absolutely tearing into Patches with unprotected shots to the head with that steel chair. But Rhythmic has got a pin on Mitch. Not enough.
Oh, he caught him trying to run.
Dark Page and Rhythmic now with the upper hand on both of these men.
The tide of this match is really turning over to Rhythmic and Dark Page. And Patches, with some offense of his own. He knows he's got to get in there and save Mitch.
Patches with a massive DDT on Dark Page. What's Patches doing now? Just much like his entrance, can't seem to decide whether he's in or out of the ring.
Patches going back to that sledgehammer.
What a maneuver by Rhythmic with a pin now on Mitch. Could this be all? 1, 2, and that's it. What an upset! What an upset! Rhythmic and Dark Page have destroyed Mitch and Patches.
Coming.
Rhythmic just quietly working away on Mitch there, just absolutely destroying him. We can see in the replay some absolutely brutal maneuvers between.
Even with the intervention of Patches early on in the match, Patches did leave Mitch alone in the ring with Rhythmic for too long, and who knew Rhythmic was doing so much GD damage to Mitch's face? This is a crazy upset. I don't think the crowd expected this at all, but we do have new GPW champions.
Is that your new GPW Tag Team Champions, Dark Page and Rhythmic? Could it be a case of 2 belts really belonging to one man. That's speculation for another day, but for right here, right now, here are your new GPW World Tag Team Champions.